Okay, it looks like we are live. Oh, yes. First time using first time using this software for a long time. Now, I'm not sure how the chat box is supposed to work here. Hang on. Let's see if I can bring up. Let's check this out here. Go live right here. Let's check this out. I don't know how the chat box window is supposed to work there. Wayne Street. Oh, here. This is says it's popped up. What about the cache? New timeout lengths. Okay, got it. Okay, so much. Sharon, can I didn't see you popped up there. Can you hear me at all? If you can, like just type in there yes. I don't know what's going on here. This is my first time I've popped up a live stream and I don't know how long. Welcome, Chad. Okay, let's go back to the stream. No, it's still not there. Hmm. Oh, there. Yeah, I see something at the bottom. Right on. I can read the read this in that screen or that screen. Amazing. Well, hello, Sharon. Uh, are you getting ready for Christmas? It is now 4:08 p.m. here. This is just actually a quick pop up. I'm using this EV Mux again, and boy, they give you a lot of new things. How have I been? What do you know, Mr. Scooby Doo? um, ever since I got back, like I got back from Mexico in from Cancun. I was there for 6 months, if you remember. When was that? May, March, April, May. In May, I think. And then I was here for a couple of months, and I don't know what happened. My body fell apart. I developed rotator cuff tear in both shoulders, and that I don't know if you know what that is, but you can't raise your arms. You can't because your muscles moving your arms don't work. It's very painful, and the only way to fix it, well, you can take cortisone shots, which I had to because I don't like it either. But hey, I can raise my arms, and it doesn't hurt. Or you can get surgery. I really don't want surgery either. So what do you do? So I got the rotator cuff in both, and they don't heal. Like it's if it's in the muscle, it can heal. If it's in the tendon part, the tear, then you can't. That part doesn't heal. You need to get surgery to do that. And healing time is anywhere from 6 to 9 months or something. And it's some people say, oh, it's they love it. Some people say, I had problems or whatever. And then not only that, at the same time, I developed um, carpal tunnel syndrome in both. I just happened to be wearing that thing on this wrist, but this isn't the one that bothers me very much. it still has carpal tunnel, but it with even without this, it doesn't pop very much. But this one is totally like the nerves in it are totally frozen. I can't. I have no feeling in this hand at all. My right hand yet. I have no feeling in it. Like I can't by touch like that. I can pick things up and what have you, but it's hard to know when you're touching something. Like your hands are really important for feeling. It's amazing, and I'm waiting for the specialist to come and have a look at the carpal tunnel. So, is the problem right here in the carpal tunnel? Because this can happen in two places. That nerve that's pinched, and that nerve makes your thumb, your finger, this finger, and believe it or not, half of this finger is numb. This half of this finger, I can feel it, no problem. This half is numb. It's amazing. It can also be pinched in your spine, in your neck. Now, if it's pinched there, and you go to the carpal tunnel guy and he cuts this open and tries to relieve the pain from there, and it doesn't work, it's because it was up here. So you got to get both checked to make sure where the problem is. So I have carpal tunnel in yeah, in both hands, and then I had a hip joint problem. It sort of went away, but I mean that comes with old age. Your joints just so. With these problems, I didn't want to go anywhere. I wanted to stay here so that the doctor. It's several months to get in and to go see your doc. Just to see your doctors, you can make an appointment, but to get in to see a specialist is months. So I don't want to be in long distance away if I have to be called into. It's horrible. So I went into like a kind of heavy, deep depression mode and. Um, no videoing, nothing, not doing anything as far as my YouTube. I don't know if you go on I haven't even looked at myself on YouTube, my channel, when the last time I posted anything. Um, I just have no energy to do anything like that, and sort of wasting away too. People say, "Hey, you lost weight," and well, that must be from something else. I'm not trying to lose weight, so that it's got to be from something else. So that's I haven't been like online or doing anything that way. Uh, so I've been figuring that. Well, I had to move out of uh, my van, which is too bad. I've been in there for such a long time, but I had to. I'm renting this apartment, and it's with the old age. Uh, they help pay your rent. They your rent is 30% of your income. So my income's really low. Well, hello, Mr. Michael. How are you? I haven't heard seen from him. So anyway, you guys do this on Monday still? I know it's kind of a weird and odd time for me. It just doesn't work out, but because of where I am and what the time is. But what right now it's 4:15. So what time have you got right now? 4:15. And then what time is the thing on Mondays? Mister, look at this. Look at who's showed up. Mr. Andy. It's 6 feet. Okay, 2 hours difference. So what time on Monday is the Sunday or the not the Sunday the Monday sermon thing the Monday gathering 23:15. Oh yeah, the 15. I agree with that. You're already at nighttime. It's almost tomorrow morning. Oh, at 6 your time, 6 your time, so 4 my time. Okay, so now let me write this down. So Monday at 4 is Discord. So, this is interesting, Michael. I'm using this program again. You can see it flashing in the top corner there. Um, it's called EV Mux, and it's a free program when you're doing streaming. So, and I haven't used it for months and months and months and months because I just been in this state where I don't want to do anything, like a depression kind of a thing. But anyways, so on the right hand side, you can see, I guess, the chat window, the chat going by. I didn't build that. That's part of EVMux now, which they added into their streaming software for free. They've also added like a whiteboard where you can even the audience can draw on the screen. So we can be discussing something, and everybody out there that's in the stream can draw on the board. And yeah, I'll get to this in a minute. And they also made an app that goes with EVMux for free. It's the Holy Bible, so it's just like the Discord thing. I have to practice and play with it. I don't know if it reads it out loud or whether but you can study with it. These are free apps that they added in. So anyway, there's a whole bunch more other ones, drawing ones, and spin the wheel to see who wins. Like if you have a giveaway, anybody that types in a certain word, their name would come up, and then it would spin this thing, and their names would fly, and then it would pick somebody to win if you give away things. But anyway, this brace here keeps my hand from bending this way because of the carpal tunnel. So you don't want to bend your wrist like this. And this one's the worst one. It should be on. Well, actually, this thing here is made for carpal tunnel to keep it. So I have it in both wrists, but not so bad in my left one, but in my right one. So there's this piece of metal in here. You pull it out like that. It's bent, and then you put it in the other side. So if you're a left-handed person, it goes in that side, and if you're a right-handed person, it goes in this side. And you put it in there, and now I can wear it on my right side. That's this wrist is big time. Uh, always popping like it. I don't know if you ever bumped your funny elbow, how that feels. Well, that I can just be flexing my fingers, and I'll get that sparking in the in the wrist there. So this keeps it from bending like this. You don't want to have it bent that way. Oh, what happened here? I am sort of well. What's going on? Oh, what do you know? Everybody is howdy. Okay, howdy dowdy, Philly. And then what? I missed something here. Brandon, hello. Yes, it's a pre Merry Christmas to everybody. I know the feeling all too well. Yeah, with the wrist thing. And sometimes when you bump your elbow, like you say, you that funny bone, because there's a nerve that goes right there, right, like it's supposed to pop over this when you flex your arm. It like when you lean on your elbows, it flexes this, or that the nerve jumps over there because that's how it's got to go. So when you bang it on that point, when you're like that, that'll drive those things up your. And the carpal tunnel is the same way. It's like spikes running, lightning, like doo, doo. And when I turn my, yeah, it happens all the time. Yeah, Merry Christmas to all. I've had surgery twice to attempt to repair. Didn't work out. To repair your your in your wrist there. I don't know if you were online when I was talking about this. What I've developed since I got here, and why I'm not in my van, and why I'm not back in Cancun or some other Mexican place, is because 2 months after I got back into Canada, I fell apart. Like my rotator cuff in both shoulders. Now that takes surgery to fix, but I had to get cortisone shots. So, um, ulnar nerve. Oh, yeah, ulnar nerve. Yeah, and then I've developed carpal tunnel in both wrists, and some hip problems and other problems, and wasting of muscle. Like just wasted away. So I have to stay here. So I got an apartment. I have to move out of the van. It's too cold to, not now yet, but it's too cold to live in a van. So I have to get this apartment. So I forgot what the topic was. So, let me scroll up a bit here. What was that? Somebody was saying her camera probably. I think it has camera problems. Oh, you attempt. Oh, it's surgery. Now I'm supposed to go see a specialist for the carpal tunnel. Now he would look at it and say, "Okay, do this, do this. Yes, you have. Yes, you need to have that fixed. Cut open here and relax those that thing there." But that same nerve goes all the way down your arm and up and into your spine in your neck. The That nerve could be pinched in your neck and not in your here. So that you could have the surgery on your wrist, and it won't help you one single bit because it's in your neck. It does the same numbness. Like my this whole hand, I can't. There's no feeling except the little finger, and okay, except my little finger and this finger on this side, I can feel, but on this side is numb. And I got no. I could set these fingers on fire and I couldn't feel it. So anyway, it's it's not fun. Ulnar nerve. Oh, the one through the elbow. Yeah, okay. I haven't had surgery yet. I can't get in to see the specialist. They they signed me up to go in there in July. So it's July to August. Yeah, yeah, yeah. July, August, September, October, November, December. Well, that's 5 months ago since they signed me up, and I never had a phone, never nothing. So how busy can this guy be with carpal tunnel? He's a specialist in that. Oh, Michael, yeah, that's what you said. You had the surgery on both your arms and both hands at the same time. Holy, then you can't pick up nothing. You can't move. So I'm thinking later on. Anyway, I want to change this background thing um, to just have like the room back there, and then put other different kind of like behind me. I guess have lights back there, so it kind of looks like it's lit up or something. And use the whole screen if you can use the whole screen. Or hang on, maybe I can. Oops, that don't go. Uh, well, not really. It would cover over top of that text, unless I put lock. How can I change the order and sit on top? Oh, here, move down. How about this one and say move up? Well, I don't know what's going on. Okay, let's see what happens here. Flick. Hey, what do you know? Something sort of worked. Okay, so Monday at 4, but this Monday's Christmas, so. Uh, oh, now I can't see the chat. I'll tell you this, where I'm staying at, the apartment I got is fantastic. They charge you 30% of your income. So, like, my income is pretty near zero. who who held your smoky smoke? I was sure had to hard to finish going to the bathroom. There's got to be a better way that I can read the text. I can't see what's going on there. I have to look over there, and the camera's over here. And ay, ay, ay. I don't know. I like the text on the side there. I don't know if you guys can read that. If it's, I'm going to have to go after the fact and watch this after and see what happened. Okay, let's turn the camera this way. There we go. And to me, it's not in focus. It's blurry, but that's okay. So tonight we are having pierogies and sausage with this decadent cream that goes on top. Ooh, and I didn't get this out of the starch book. That's for sure. The I can't remember the. Hang on, one momento. Oh, it's in my bedroom. Hang on. It was so funny when I moved. I had to move out of my van into an apartment, so I'm gonna have to think about what I can do about my channel name and things like that because it doesn't reflect what I do anymore. That's another reason I've been in a big depression mode. But anyways, when I moved my stuff from the house from the van into the house here, I couldn't believe how much stuff I had here. I didn't have a sofa, chairs and things like that. But the 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 housing society that I'm renting from, they supply that for you. So they supplied most of my. They would say, "Do you need a sofa? Do you need a table and chairs? Do you need a bed? Do you need this? Do you need that?" And then they would, when you're ready to move in, all this stuff would be sent here, and so that was good. I had all that stuff sort of given to me, the parts that I needed. But it seemed like um, the, the NAD, the nomadic apartment dweller. So it seemed like I still had lots of stuff, but it took me a month to get used to living in here. Like it's just like, you got to walk from the bedroom to the bathroom and from the kitchen to the living room. Like it was just amazing. Hello, amazing, Tommy. How are you doing? So this is that book. I think some of you know that. Oh, it's probably backwards. No, start. No, is it forward? Anyway, this is that book. Remember that? Well, my pierogies and sausage, what I'm having, and especially the sauce that I'm having tonight, is not definitely not part of that diet. I haven't been watching any YouTube videos at all lately. Uh, for the past, I don't know, months and months already. So I haven't caught up on anyone's. You can. Oh, I've been in the apartment since I think it was. I don't know if it was October the first. November. No, it was October the first. Is when I got to move in because I told them like you have to jump through the hoops. You have to sign up to be accepted. Your income has to be low enough. Um, uh, which is nice. So that you have to tell them the truth on how much your income is, which old age security and CPP in Canada, everybody gets up roughly the same. Figure it out. It's almost nothing. So they take only 30% of that to pay your rent, which is nice. They also give you utilities are covered for free. Um, Cablevision TV is covered for free. Uh, there's laundry facilities in the apartment here for free. Um, every once in a while in the lobby there, they'll have boxes and boxes of bread and other products, I guess, that are just outdated at other stores, and they bring them here and they just put them there, and then when you go in and out, you can pick them up. And hardly anyone watches what they eat this time of year. No kidding. Nobody watches what time. How I have Wi-Fi here. I have to pay for that extra, and it's okay. They have like the companies here. I have Wi-Fi on my phone, which is through a company called Shaw. No, sorry, Rogers. And then when I moved in the apartment here, Rogers was actually purchased by Shaw. So they now call it Shaw with Rogers. So they're in the same company. But my internet on my computer is through Shaw. But it's the same company. One's through Shaw, one's through Rogers. But it's the same company. And it's fairly cheap. The nice thing about internet on computer is they don't charge you by the gigabytes that you like on your phone. If you want 10 gigabytes, you pay this much. If you want 20 gigabytes, you pay this much. If 50 gigabytes, you pay this much. Whereas on a computer at home, all you pay for is the speed. You can use umpteen gigabytes, but it's the speed you're paying for. And the lowest speed that I could afford to pay, the lowest speed they have here was it's 100 times faster than it was in my van. So, ooh, slow internet for me. There is no slow internet here. It's fantastic. So that's what's nice. Will you be uploading more videos? No, I really don't know about that. I have to get into a different state of mind. Uh, I don't travel anywhere, so there's nothing new to video. Uh, I can't fly my drones anywhere in this country. You got to go out of town. And when you live in a place that is prairie, for miles and miles and miles, how far do you got to drive before you get something of interest that you can video? There, sure, you look for valleys or rivers or creeks or trees. Like when you're, I don't know if you know this, look up on YouTube. Well, in the United States, even there, wheat uh, place, when you drive, you don't see a tree for for miles, and then there's one tree, one tree growing by itself somewhere. So there's not much to video. Even it's too cold to fly the drone. It's too windy, too cold. It has to be just right. Actually, I can fly the drone right where I'm sitting. I can fly it out the window and fly down the street. But it's funny because the runway for the airport is almost right above the river, right where I am at. So it's strange, but I mean, there's nothing of interest to video there. So I don't know. I need a hobby, and then video the hobby, something to do. Like I'm really new at plants, and my aunt, who just passed away a year ago now, and she had a green thumb, and I thought, well, I wonder how hard it is to. The only problem with learning plants and stuff is it's so long between things happening. Like you propagate, and 2 or 3 months before, hey, 6 months before something develops, or you cross pollinate things, and it's 6 months before you know an outcome. Well, then you get the seeds, and then you're gonna plant the seeds, and then it's I would be. I tried to ask if I could have fish aquariums here. I've had fish for many, more than half of my life. I've had fish aquarium. So I asked the society here, senior group, and I said, "Can I have a fish aquarium? What if I wanted to raise fish that, or like apple snails they call them? They're as big as your fist. That's things that people don't usually buy here, and they can't find them. So I could raise those for the fish aquarium stores, or tropical fish of some sort, because I've raised every fish you could think of. But they won't necessarily they don't allow pets in here for one. So I said, well, what about fish? She said, well, how big of an aquarium? So it breaks down. And then if you want to do this, then type out an email to me, and I'll present it to the committee, and then we'll vote and see. I guess they don't want to have a fish. I've had fish tanks for 50, of my life, and I've never broke. I've broken twice, but I've broken. I've never. I broke two aquariums. Moving a rock, and you hit the side or something, it breaks. Our basement was full of aquariums all the way around and in the middle. So, and no floor, just cement. So if it did break, water would just go down the sewer. I've never seen an aquarium break on its own. It's always by you bumping it or you doing something to it. So, anyway, um, doing the paracord braiding, making things like making all kinds of things. That's not bad. I could make all kinds of things, but I don't want to have an inventory. I don't want to make a whole bunch of zipper pulls or hat bands or wrist things or belts or dog leashes or dog collars, or make all these things and then show them and say, hey, would you like to buy this? And I like that one, but how about in this colors? Sure, I'll make you one like that. So it's hard to show what you can do if you don't have nothing to show. And I don't want to make an inventory. Yeah, make one of everything. I don't know. There's so many things. So yeah, I that's how I used to do it. I had made a video on all the different colors of uh, paracord I had, so you could pick. I want this wristband with those colors. That's what I would do. I'd make a few wristbands as I was, I can make these kind, and I would take a video of it, and then I would say, this is one with, this kind of a weave with two colors, or one with one color, or one with three colors, or one with four colors. And then somebody would say, gee, I'd like that. So I'd have to say, well, what size is your wrist? You can't just, so then these were ones with buckles. Then I started making them that didn't need a buckle. It would fit any wrist up from as low as like a 6-inch wrist to a 9-inch wrist or something. So there's all different, so many different colors and belts. Well, anything that you can think, like paracord. It's called paracord 550, which means one strand is called paracord 550, and it's got 7 strands of nylon or cotton or whatever on the inside, and then the outside is a color woven in different colors, even like. So anyway, 550 means this rope can handle 550 pounds. Rob on the road. Well, hello, it must be tomorrow for you already. Make a paracord bracelet. Then, if someone asks if you can make a dog collar, then make one. Yeah, I've made several things for actual people that watched my. That's how I sold them. Her name is I don't know if you guys know her. I can't remember her name now either. Bree. No, not Bree. She showed me a picture of her dog, nice German Shepherd, and then she wanted a leash that had a loop on the end, so you could put the loop over your wrist and then grab it, and nice and thick and shorter, not so the dog could, the short leash, so that the dog would be at a heel thing, and with a nice big carabiner on the end. And so I whipped this all up. It had 5 colors and woven in like rope woven into each other. And how much do you charge for something like that? It's not the cost of the material really that costs. It's the time that you spend making it. Like a belt, I make belts, but it just to make a 45-inch belt takes like 3 full days of sitting there tying knots. And I sold a belt to a guy in Canada, in back in Montreal from here. It cost altogether, I can't believe it. Oh, I also gave him I threw in a wristband made of the same braiding, and I think it was like $80 or something, Canadian dollars and it only cost like $40 for the belt in the first place. And then there's the buckle. Another thing, I can't just make a belt without a buckle so that when you get it, you can snap it on or something. So I have to put a buckle on it because it's tied in. Um, so you can't, not everybody likes this buckle. They want a buckle that has, I want a shiny buckle that has a nice picture on it, or I want one without the tongue. Another thing about this belt, it has no holes for the tongue to go in because of the way it's braided. I'll just show you. See, this is my buckle. It's nothing. It's just one with the tongue, right? But the braiding, this is the outside. Well, if you want that to be the outside, and then that's the other side. If you want this to be the outside, well, then you have to turn the buckle around, but so that you always wear it this way. But it goes all the way to the end, and then all the way to the end like that. But this tongue thing goes through anywhere, like wherever you can find a spot to go through. You just poke it through, right, like that. So, and when you're losing weight, you don't know because you don't know you moved it up a notch. You don't. You're in the different hole. So see, this is 45 inches or long or so. So I mean, the amount of cord in here, and this is called a double cobra weave, and I use just 2 colors, a brown, bronzy color, and a black. And I made my friend one who wanted black, red, and white. So I made the outsides in black and then red and white crossing all the way through. Well, like what do you call it? Like belts are expensive, and probably uh, dog collars and dog leashes. Not so much those. It's just the time to make those. The connector on the end, the carabiner or a hook or whatever you want on the end, that's easy. It's not a special buckle or anything. So that would be easy to put on. I put that on, or you can put. I can leave a loop, or you can put on whatever you want. Hat bands are okay. Wristbands are anywhere from. It all depends on how many colors. Like $10. But the thing again, I had online. I would do. Remember, I don't know if you guys were here at the time where I would play games, word games, and Kahoot games. They were called, and I'd give away prizes. I'd give away wristbands. It cost more money to ship this wristband the wristband itself. So that's what the deterrent was to don't do that. Don't make things to sell online like that because shipping just costs way too much money. Unless you're buying a lot of something and make it, pay for itself. But just shipping in Canada is horrendous. It's like unbelievable. Tommy, yes, you do. I remember sending it to you. When I had 500 when I had 500 subscribers, I gave away five five bracelets, and some people from England won the prize, and one guy from the United States who drove a Harley Davidson, and he'd always show his camera, would show his hands holding onto the bar, and that would be his video of driving his bike. And I noticed on his hand he had that bracelet, and I, hey, wow, it got all the way down there. Cool. But I mean, I could do all kinds of prizes and stuff with those bracelets, and it's just too hard to absorb the cost of getting it to the person. And who wants to pay for? You could say you got to pay for your own shipping or whatever. Well, you're paying twice the amount of money that the thing is worth. Like, yikes! A $5 to $10 simple bracelet would cost that much to send it to someone. You don't want to pay $20 for it, but you can make it so that the bracelet. I don't make it that those, but you can make them so that they're called. Oh, what do you call it? No, there's a certain name for it. You can take the buckle, open the bracelet, and grab the end, and just go. And the whole thing comes in one long line. It's survival. It's when you're out in the woods, you got this bracelet on, and you chop your trees down, and I got no rope. Well, take your bracelet apart. Now you've got 550-pound rope, so you can make a hammock out of it. Done, don't done that donut. I'm missing what's been on the chat window here. Yeah, I don't know if it'll help, but hit the like button. Tommy, are you still in the house here? Are you monetized? I used to sit back and watch your videos. What do you call them? But I haven't been to watchers lately. The latest I've seen you were, I think you've It looked like you were camping in your vehicle. I didn't see the inside, but I saw the outside. You went somewhere where there was other vehicles. So it looked like the outside may have been finished. Oh, nowhere near monetized. I'm not either, but I'm not looking for that, but I'm halfway there. It took me 6 years to get to halfway. Yeah, me too. I haven't really tried. Most of my when I went on to talk about monetization and stuff, and I said, well, I don't really push monetizing. I mean, yeah, it's that carrot that they hang in front of your nose, and when you get to a point when you say, "Gee, I've got enough subscribers, but and a lot of people are the other way around. Mine is I have enough, barely enough, but I have enough subscribers, but I don't have enough watch time." So, ah, anyway, this is Gubble Bum. The outside is done. I promise I'll come and have a look. It's worth Wayne. It's worth paying for it because you made it. It would be homemade and it's art. Yeah, but see, Michael, you're one of the only ones that I know that appreciate art. My whole family's artistic. Um, my dad was a full-fledged artist in all. It started out, I think, when he was a child. My grandma, his mother, gave him a $20 bill to go get bread at the store. On his way there, he sees a leather kit to make a purse for a woman. Purse cost $20. So he was that kind of a guy. He bought the purse and then he brought it home and he carved it the way it's supposed to. It was a kit, came with everything, laced it up. I don't know how long this took, but he really got heck for beating for not buying the bread. After he was finished the purse, he sold it to some lady for $60. Then he went and got the bread and bought another kit. But anyways, he started with leather, I would think, but a drawing because I went in the attic where he used to sit when he was young, and I went to that same house and lived in that house, uh, and I seen the drawings and things, and then oil paintings and acrylic paintings and water paintings and wood carvings. If you go to quite a few um, Italian restaurants in Vancouver, downtown Vancouver, look for an Italian restaurant. They used to have big murals on the wall. My dad did those. Lots of them. Lots of places. They may be all painted over by now, but anyway, my sister is pretty artistic. She just gave me a painting, and I just bought her a Christmas present with more canvas to paint on. So appreciating art. I don't even have art hanging on my walls except the one from my sister. But I appreciate art in the form of handmade art compared to factory made stuff. And uh, not just like art as far as like art, not just paintings, but three-dimensional things too, like just a just a knowing. So anyway, when my father passed away, he had all these things, all these uh, oil paintings and all these carvings, and he would teach how to carve wood, and they would make cuckoo clocks and all kinds of things like that. And then people would, this one guy would especially came up to me and he asked, he said, my dad was teaching him. And he said, look at this piece that I did. Your dad taught me how to make this. And he said, oh, very nice. So he said, how much can I pay for one of your dad's carvings there that I was selling? And that guy would give me next to nothing. So I said, you like to make art and just to make money. You don't appreciate art whatsoever because it doesn't matter of the value of it. It's what you see in it that makes it what it's valued at. It shouldn't matter the cost. Maybe to a point you want to pay $100,000 for something that's you know what I mean, to a point, yes. But that's what appreciating art is it's all about, and that hopefully shows through my photography too, which is another hobby I should get into a little more. I was thinking of making videos to put on weekly or whatever of, I don't know what to call it, but macro photography, very, very super close up of something. And the idea behind it is, what is it? So the first video would be super close up of something looks like a speck of dust. I don't know what it is. Well, I mean, not that. You have to. It should be able to kind of guess what it is. So that close is what I'm saying. Like not a period on a page. It has to be like maybe a word, and then you say, "Oh, it's a book." Good. But anyway, so what is it? And the next video that would come out the next day or the next week would be a farther away shot, and then finally at the end of that video, the farthest away. And but the idea was the very supreme close up. You would put comments on what you think this is. Take a guess. What do you think this is? And if there was nothing, if nobody knew or guessed it right, um, then you would see the next video come out and would you give it away. But then I was thinking, well, what if you guess it right? The first person to guess it right, how could I give them a gift, a free gift for doing that? Well, there again, anything I give away it costs me money to send it away. And if I do Amazon gift cards, well, I'm not a rich person, but I wouldn't like to be on the receiving end either. If I'm watching some stream and I won something and now I have to pay to get it, I wouldn't like that myself. So that's why I don't want to do it to other. I just that seems not good to me. But I could make the videos, and I wanted to make it extra supreme close-ups of things that are in your house. Everybody has them, you know. Like for example, a fork. A fork has four tongs. An extreme close-up of the tip of one, just the tip of one fork. You would see how the chrome color, and you would see a tip, and then you would, well, what is that? She stopped sending out stuff. She now just gives PayPal or Amazon. Yeah, I was thinking of that too, like Amazon gift things, like a $5. I think you can like a $1 or $2 gift thing. It's not the point of the money. It's the point of, well, I don't know what the point would be. Why would you give a gift away for somebody guessing something? I don't know. And it is cheaper to do it that way because I actually did one time. I gave away an Amazon gift card to someone. It was only a $5 one, but still, they won it. Or have those videos come out like, what is it? And you would guess. And then if that person got it right, their name would go into the draw. And you would have, I don't know, so many of those, 10 or 20 or 30 of these. And then 10 or 20 or 30 names of the winners would go into this pool. Now, the same person may have won several times, and his name gets to stay in this pool several times. But then you would get the computer to pick a winner out of that. So it would take a longer period of time to get there. So the videos would be It might take a month or 2 months before you go from the start of what is it? Videos, blah, 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 to the end final draw. I don't know, I have to work something out because I'm not nomadic van man anymore. Just to be on the bragging rights. Yeah, no kidding. I'll have to think about that one, about the bragging rights, because with EV Mux, I can do a point system thing that'll keep track of it for me instead of having. Ah, I could write it down too. Probably won't know. Or won't. Philly says I sell on eBay. If I have any extras, if I have any extras, I sneak it in with the purchased item. That way, shipping is. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, good idea. The nomadic apartment dweller. It doesn't fly, like it's got no wheels, but and I can't spit in the bathroom anymore. I could sit in the front seat and I could spit in the bathroom in my van if I had a good one. Or I could shoot my bubble gum. I actually really miss living in the van. And you see, nomadic van man, I can't live with that name anymore. Yeah, like I said, in my van, well, going to the bathroom, I never went in. I have a bathroom in there, but I was parked always somewhere where I just go. But you got to walk there, yeah. But from the living room to the dining room, or from the kitchen to the living room, I just got to turn this way and turn that way, and I'm there. In the house here, I got to actually get up and walk from place to place. Yeah, it keeps you. Yeah, yeah. And the shower in the van was. I used it once just to see, test everything out. In the bathroom, the toilet is part of the shower, so you would, if you stood up, the shower head would be like right here. So you have to sit down on the toilet and do your showering. So I had a shower in there once just to see how it worked. It was great. Nice hot water. Um, Pressure was nice, beautiful. I changed the shower head to something that puts more aeration into it, so it was really great. And then I went like I went to your number one in the toilet there, and but not your number two thing, just to test that out too, because it had it's like most trailers have two tanks, a gray and a black tank. Black is for your toilet stuff, and gray is for your showers and your kitchen sink and stuff. Mine was just one tank, so everything went into one. So I emptied that out, and that was the last time. Just empty, forget that. I don't want that. So the bathroom had the toilet, and it had a vanity and everything. And then my friend at the MTM Granite in Medicine Hat here, he makes me a granite countertop, which I covered. It's still in there. I'm going to leave it with the band when I sell it. So, oh yeah, hot water on demand is. I got a friend here that's got one like it's not even in a. Well, hello, Tim. How are you doing? I I can't even say how because I haven't watched any videos at all for months. So even all my friends. I haven't watched anybody's videos. Number one guilty guy, but it's just my state of mind that I'm in. So We're breaking free. But anyway, whoever was here that has a channel, I will go and check them out now that I have to do the same. And I just wanted to do it. I wasn't even really thinking about a pop up. It's just, I sat here and I was thinking, I need something in the background. If I do lives, I need something, lights or something, make it look a little better. Today I'm wearing kind of light and it's light color back there, contrasting. So I turned the computer on, I put EV Mux on, and I'm playing around. And look at all the new stuff they're giving you, like the text in the right hand corner there. That's an app that they added now for free. And wow, look at all that. So haven't missed much. Lazy in videos. No, I know, but I know where to come if I need to watch something. I haven't. Well, if you go to my channel, you look. When was the last video I made? Wow, it was a long time ago. So even I don't even go watch my. I'm just sick because I had to leave Mexico. I really love it there. I wish I could move there. The weather, I think, is number one reason. The weather. When I was there, it was winter time, and it was always in the 20s. Always. And then, 1 or 2 days it went to 30, but this is fair Celsius. So 80s and 90s, 80s. Yeah, me too. You too. Burnout. And besides, I moved into an apartment now, Tim, because I don't know if you might know my whole story. I came back from, in a nutshell, came back from Mexico. In 2 months, my body fell apart. So I couldn't go back, couldn't live in my van and move around because I got doctors, specialty. You got to wait. So I stayed here, and I can't live in the van in the winter, so I'm in an apartment. So I don't like Nomadic Van Man name anymore because it's not reflected. So why put a video? I can't fly my drone anywhere. I can't this because the city is it's the airport covers I can't fly anywhere. There's nothing to video. Like, are you interested in the city? Like, what? I see the city every day. I can put videos of the city up, one one video every day for a year. Yeah, well, you're right there, Tim. The van life is not a forever thing, that's for sure. It might even start out as a forever thing in your mind. You say, look how cheap this is. But yes and no, van life can be cheap. If you sit in one spot and let the wheels rot, you're doing good. But if you want to get out and see the country and especially when you're in the US, because you can follow the sun and you can follow the warm. Here in Canada, you can't do that unless you go to the US, right? Unfortunately, I cannot go to the US. They stopped me. When I go to the border, I put my toe over the line and it starts on fire right away. Oh. So, so anyway, I can't drive to where it's warm. Vancouver's the warmest. That's why I go there if I go. And I'd be there right now if I was healthy. Or in Mexico again. Uh, you don't care for holidays either. As a matter of fact, I'm sorry to tell this to everybody, but Christmas, I hate it. I just, I don't know where along the line I started to hate Christmas. I despise it. I can't wait for it to get over. So Illinois. Oh wow. And I'm in an apartment now, and it feels weird. I have unlimited water, cold and hot, unlimited electricity. I don't have to charge things up well, yeah, my phone, but I don't have the problem of I might be over, like charging or run out of charging power. Yeah, go to Tennessee, all right. We have a great winter here in Medicine Hat up to plus 13 degrees if in the Celsius, plus 13. So how did they do that? How did they figure that out in Fahrenheit? You double that 1326 and add 30? 56? Probably in the 50s, the high 50s. That's what the temperature is lately here. It, it snowed for a couple of 1 or 2 days and it was gone. That was it. Wasn't even cold. It's all of this El Nino stuff. You live in a condo with your youngest son. Oh, okay. The condo that I'm living in is fantastic because it's for old age people. So they pay 30%. You pay 30% of your income, which is 41 Fahrenheit is hot for me now. I have not got a Christmas tree. There's no decorating in here. I broke that. There's a place called Dollar Store here, or Dollarama, Dollar Tree. There's a whole bunch of them. I bought a wreath, $4, and some battery powered lights, $4. And I got that hanging on the front door outside the apartment. I got it hanging over my number. That's it. Just to be festive for other people. They walk by and they see, oh, but in here, there's absolutely nothing Christmassy. And then my sister and her family are real Christmassy. Maybe not so much this year, but that's the problem with that, Michael, is finding a girlfriend. Is I could sit back and say, how many women would want to hang around with me? But when I said that to other guys, they would say, well, if you don't go out looking, who's going to come looking back? But I think I've been alone for most of my life. I can't do that anymore. I don't know how. I gotta have a better way to read. Spend enough money. Yeah, there's always something, eh? So, uh, well, not this Monday, I guess, because of Christmas, but next Monday, unless you're not doing that until after New Year's, not doing the sermon thing until after New Year's. Like a lot of people are like starting Friday, so today for till the third, they're off. What's my time? 5:15 here. I'm not a plant person. One of my plants is dying, and because I don't know how to fix it, it's all in the watering thing. Every plant is has a fine line between over and under watering. You got to get it right in the middle of your plant, and you can't water all your plants at the same time because they all have a different watering kind of a schedule thing. So that I'm learning. But when you're killing your plants, you wonder what the heck, how come it's dying? And so, don't plant them right away. Don't repot them when you buy them. Right, let them sit there for a little while first and acclimate to whatever it's called. This Monday is Christmas Day or Christmas. I guess that don't matter. What better day? Well, I just figured if people were families doing their thing. That's only for live streaming, maybe. You go on live streams and people would, nobody shows up because it's a holiday. Yeah, I don't know. You guys are more near the equator than I am, but it gets dark pretty early here. 3:30, 4 o'clock. It's all five. It's pitch black outside right now, and it's 5:15, 5:17. I suppose Andy's not here no more. He's not listening in the background. Uh, but he said he was going to send me this book, or at least a link to some book about, was it, what do you call that? Yorkshire pudding. Oh, 5 p.m. Yeah, if you're in the same time zone as I am, you're dark. You're dark. You're black already. Oh, let me tell you guys something. What's going on with Canada? Listen to this. You may have heard it. This is fantastic. It's for senior citizens and children. 5 p.m. is dark. We were talking about that the other day. I don't remember that, but okay. But anyways, something fantastic just happening in Canada. It's all started already. You would get a root canal, $3,000. I don't care if you're talking American or Canadian, $3,000. So if you don't have insurance of some kind, that's wow. That doubled its money in 3 years. When I went, it was 1,500. Now it's $3,000 for one root canal. So what Canada is starting to do now, senior citizens from age 90 to 80 are right now you're covered as of today. From 80 to from 80 to 75 will be February. You can start that on that system. For me, I get to start in March. So what happens is if you are a low income, well, if you're a senior citizen, you will now get some dental work covered for you. If you're a senior citizen that makes, like $80,000 a year, you would still this would cover some of it, but you would pay because some a portion of, and it's either you would pay 40% of some procedures or 60% of some procedures. If you were lower income than that, your total dental work is absolutely free. Can you imagine? From a $3,000 root canal to free. So this is what they're going to start doing. But not all procedures are covered though, and the people that are covered now already are complaining because okay, you have a toothache. You go to the doctor, you go to the dentist, and he looks and he says, okay, you need this, this, and this, which is usually more than what this new company is going to cover. Like this one girl said, she says, my kids have never been into the dentist yet, and I haven't been there for 5 years. And now I get to go, but braces are not covered. And there's other procedure things like I wonder about crowns. My whole mouth is crowned, 25 of them, 24. So if I need a root canal, they go through the crown and do that for free because I'm a totally lowest income you can get. But if they need to replace a crown, is the crown covered? That might still be lots of money. But that's what they're doing in Canada, making seniors and children free dentistry. Not just a reduction in what you have to pay. If you're still making a lot of money, you still have to pay something. But if you're low and destitute, totally free. There was this old guy. He just turned 100, and his buddies got together and they said, you know what? Why don't we hire a couple of prostitutes and give him some super sex for his 100th birthday? That he would love that. Let's give him some super sex. So they went to this guy and they started the party, and had their coffee or their tea or whatever they're drinking, and they explained this to him. That we'd like to give you some super sex. So they asked him. He said, "Well, what would you like?" And he says, I think I'll take the soup." That's my joke for the day. Chewing on that gum, and I've chewed the shit out of it. So, ladies and germs, I think I'm going to call her an evening. Good night, good evening. Uh, Simply because I have to get something to eat, and then we'll sit back and relax after. But I may just sort of, yeah, I'll have the soup. Yes, have a great evening, everyone. And yes, a Merry Christmas. And we probably won't get to see you till next year, unless I do figure out something for the background. I might make a pop up between Christmas and New Year, because there's a whole week in there. But I feel a little better today anyway. I feel good that popped in here. Got to see all my friends again. This was great. And for see you Monday. I'll try my best. It's 4 o'clock here my time. It's not a good time. Well, this Monday is probably all right, but Mondays aren't usually great at that time. But that's all right. We'll get there. And yeah, Sharon, Michael, Mr. Scooby Doo, and all you guys. Thanks for popping in, Tim, everybody. And if you didn't pop in and say hi, Merry Christmas to everybody, and the best of the season to you. If it's snow and cold where you are, well, tuck in. If it's warm, well, send some this way. I can send you some warm too. Okay, guys, peace out. We'll catch you next time. Love yous all, and we'll catch you next time.